Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, I'm Brock Purdy, week 4, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. I really try to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So all sorts of nuance, detail, depth about not only the quarterback position, but high-level offense and defensive football. If you're interested, hop over there, join, become a member, support the channel. I appreciate you. As for this video, let's get into it. Brock Purdy, the Niners are rolling over the paths right here. Going to get a big chunk down here to the bottom of the screen. Now they're going to present middle field closed. They're going to get to essentially like avoided Tampa, and there's just way too much space down the field. This is beautiful. There were a number of really impressive chunks. Thought Brock Purdy being more aggressive down the field, a bunch of post opportunities in this game. But my goodness, you got to appreciate the space here. All the way down the field, nobody in the right curl. And that is stealing. Just a beautiful job here. Love the design here. So we've got Ayuk at the bottom of the screen. You can see here at the snap, middle field closed, right? That's what they're trying to present. They're going to get to open. But the thing to lock in here on is if you're going to do what I'm going to call some sort of variation of 2-ish here, right? We got rolled up cloud here. Normally, you won't rush 5. I mean, normally you'd have 3 players here. So you'd have curl, and like hook. And if you want to get to the deep middle, you get to Tampa. But right here, they really only have 2 interior players. So you've got the rolled up flat. You've got the half field safety, post snap. But at the post movement here, so you get this line action here. You've got all this horizontal pressure that puts on the second level of the defense. I really want you to watch this player right here because he's going to turn and try to hunt up or robot that crosser. And it is going to leave a huge void for us to, once we get past him, there's nobody over there. So again, just a beautiful job of attacking space down the field, tether it to great design, play action. And you can see the robot, there's nobody over there. Just an excellent job of play calling, offensive architecture, design, and Purdy and Ayuk take advantage of it. So again, we're watching 48, the linebacker on the right. And they're in a 5-person front. So they got 5 at the line of scrimmage. 48 turns to robot. He's going to go hunt up the crosser. Well, he's got his head on a swivel. You can see him looking left, right, left. Ayuk is by you. And there's nobody over there. That is a big chunk, and we are out the gate rolling. All right, this next one is a bit of a rough one. So we're going to end up trying to work Conley up top, the new number 1, on an in to me versus brackets. It's a very difficult look. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a clean, easy coverage to read. This is not. This kind of a bastardized look. But for me, I don't think as a quarterback you can throw this ball. And what I mean by that is pre-motion. Who knows what coverage this is, right? A very good corner is running with our wide receiver. Okay, to me, that means man-to-man most times. Not all the time, most times. Okay, we come out here. Now, what coverage is this up top pre-snap? Who knows? You know, is he going to get to the middle of the field? You know, are they going to pressure? Well, it could be anything. At post-snap, though, you can tell that this is some version of brackets. So those 3 for these 2. And for me, when we run an in route into brackets, unless we have a vertical by the number 2, so a clear or something, crosser, something to get in that safety's way, that in to me is dead off this guy. So as soon as your boy comes up and goes out, this in route is not it. We can't have that as the answer. Now, I'm not saying there's a good answer here because this like 7 stop or corner stop doesn't look great. You probably have to get the ball to Kittle here on the check down right here. But for me here, this is like a disqualifying, quick decision, something you just uncharacteristic from Purdy. There's no way you can throw that ball up top. Watch the safety at the snap. As soon as use check goes out, boom, it's a bracket. It's 2-on-1 up top. And it really turns into a DB drill. I mean, it's too easy. Now, you might be a screenshot warrior and be like, hey, throw it to the corner stop down here to the bottom. I don't love corner stops versus man coverage because the guy's right in your hip. Maybe you get all the way to the check swing down here to the bottom. But for me here, this is a hard no as far as running an in-breaker into this. I'm going to call it a bracket safety, maybe a quarters-ish safety. I mean, that looks like a DB drill, right? That looks like an OTA practice. Bam! Next one here, 3rd and 9. Again, Purdy doing Purdy things as far as extending the play. We're going to extend this thing down here to the bottom, eventually find Kittle. No, get out of it. Eyes downfield, point, put it on him, good enough throw, 1st and goal. So this is a very difficult look defensively here. I love Purdy's footwork. Not there, lined up to the left, got to go. Again, eyes downfield, directing. Perfect throw, no, but certainly good enough. Now, I want you to try to decipher what the hell's going on here coverage-wise. So this is the snap. This is at the snap. So at the snap here, I would say this is trying to present like middle field closed man, right? Looks like man, looks like man, looks like man, bump. Okay, probably going to get lurk here. Maybe he's got the back. Post snap, this thing turns into essentially double lurker. So it's really kind of a combination of brackets or zero. Both these guys are like just hanging in the middle of the field, not necessarily directly covering anyone. Everyone else is matched up and leveraged up. So we've got inside leverage here. We've got outside leverage here, outside leverage here. I mean, watch this thing post snap. My head would be spinning. Who knows what the hell this coverage is supposed to be? I mean, I don't think it looks like true brackets up top. I think the safeties are just kind of eyeballing Purdy. But there's 2 extra players in the middle of the field. We got to go create. Purdy's able to overcome a kind of exotic coverage look and just go create. And again, this is what he brings to this offense that, just wasn't there before him consistently. He can play in structure, but he can also go create, and usually good things happen. Next one here, what I like to call a 4-point play, 3rd down, red area. You get it, you get a touchdown. You don't, you got a field goal, 3-by-1. We're going to end up working Jennings up top on what looks like a double move. Originally, I thought it was like a fake rub or fake pick. It looks like he gets his head around, though, like he's trying to sell the flat. And there's just really nowhere to go with the ball. So this is one of those plays for me where I get a little frustrated with this unit because they've got too many good players. And even though I know not all the Avengers have been united, this guy is dynamic. This guy is an excellent football player. This dude has a unique but dynamic skill set. And this guy's been playing pretty damn awesome. So what are we going to do here? We're going to run what looks like, originally, this is what I thought it was. Originally, it was up, bluff, and up. I thought it was like a pick rub play. The more I look at it, the more it looks like he gets his head around here and then turns it up almost like a double move. What's everybody else doing? Clamped, running a sit route for some reason. And then this looks like a loop or return on the other side. I mean, this is just not good enough, y'all. We don't have enough options. We've got one essential potential winner. And again, we take an L in the backfield here, pass pro wise. I mean, it's tough. Where do you want the ball to go? I guess, for me, the frustrating part with some of this drop back stuff. I mean, is he looking at Kittle 1? It looks like he's holding in the middle of the field. There's no reason to look off here because it's man to coverage up top. But again, Jennings right there, he gets his head around right there, like he's trying to sell something. And again, they almost hook it up. It's almost a perfect throw. I just don't really understand the concept of it. And just because I don't understand it doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong. It's just you got all those weapons out there. Just look at this thing post snap, okay? When he lets this thing go, 3 of the 4 eligibles are not in the end zone. It's fucking 3rd and 3. Earmuffs me here, right? Like just, this is the type of stuff that drives me crazy. Not in the end zone. Not in the end zone. Not in the end zone. And we're throwing a double move. I mean, it just, if it makes sense to you, explain it to me in the comments. Because it doesn't make sense to me. And again, from behind here, you can see the running back take an L. Boop. So we don't have time to get to a read. It's right. It's not like, oh, read this thing to the right and then come back left. It's over. We're one pump chumping back here from the backfield, like dunk. See ya. Dang, there goes 4 points. All right, next one here. This is a tough sack. So the first thing that should jump out is 7-step under center. No bueno. Por aquí. For me, no bueno. I just continue to not like it. Whatever. They want to keep doing it. Obviously, they like it. There's nothing really down the field to go to. You could make the argument maybe Purdy could play this thing a little quicker and get it to use check more in structure. I think is fair. He takes a big shot there from behind. So first I'll draw up what I think it is. So this looks like a go. This looks like a post or a cross. It sure looks like we're trying to get the ball right here to Kittle on this crosser. Where I'm saying the ball probably should go, it should probably go to use check right here. Once you don't have either of these two, this is probably where it should go if we're going to be critical of Purdy in structure. Now, if we're going to be critical of design here, to me, I think this play is best played off double post. And so why that matters is because if you were to run double post, and this game is a perfect example of it because they have a bunch of post opportunities. You catch any version of quarters here. So the split field safety look, and this guy hangs down at all on that inside post or crosser. This is a go. Especially with this guy on the other side of the field, I'm throwing this thing. But again, it's not a double post, right? So I think you could be critical of the design, but you also have to acknowledge the fact that they obviously know what the hell they're doing because they hit a bunch of posts later. But for me here, if Ayuk is running a post up top, that's a hit. That's an easy hit. Now, could he get it down? So as soon as we know we don't have it down the field, Kittle, no, check down. You probably got both check downs. I don't think there's necessarily anything in the world with Purdy trying to create there. He doesn't take a huge L, but he does take a big shot. So 7 steps, not my favorite. Great pass protection though, right? Nobody around us. Kittle, no. Use check, yes. Use check, no. Check down to the back. Now we've got to go. We haven't extended the pocket though, so we can't throw it away. Now we got to create, and we take a big hit. So the very next play, now it's 2nd and 15. Guess what? Double down, double middle fingers, 7-step drop again. This time they hit it. In route down here to the bottom to Jennings versus Tampa 2. Kind of third window. Get it up and down before the steak dinner hit from the corner, and it's a big chunk. So again, this is outstanding pass protection as much as anything else. We're going to go unique 21 personnel, shift, 7-step drop. Look at the pass pro. What? Come on, New England. Help me a little bit. If we're only going to do this in pass protection, do a fucking 11-step drop. I don't care. That's a joke. But that is an excellent job of hitting that second window in Tampa. So we'll talk about it here from the wide. But no pass rush, great pass protection. Again, if you like it, double down. Be right. So shift, there it is. Here's that middle field open look. Yeah, one of these linebackers is going to be running to the middle. So get out of there and run to the middle. What I'm saying is the second window is up, deep in. First window here, no. Cross that mic, get to the second window. And again, you can really only do this because their pass rushing is non-existent and the pass protection is excellent. So drop 8, no, yes. And again, it's a really nice job with the back getting out here because the back up top getting out pulls the corner. Watch the flat defender have to get width, and that allows this throw to get up and down because that could be a big hit. So that rolled up cloud defender up top, even though it might be a safety, the way they're getting to that Tampa here, the in is not there right out the break. The route distribution is excellent. The pass protection is legendary, and that's a big old chunk on 2nd and forever. Let's roll. Next one here, this is a real shame. This is a hell of a play from Purdy. You can see, before we even watch the play, I want you to watch Kittle here. He's the tight end sniffer on the left, off the line of scrimmage, trying to tell the wide receiver to get on the ball. Get on the ball. He can't get lined up, moving all over the place. Illegal shift, not there to the back, got to go create, use check, That guy in space, keep playing, find a soft spot, double mailbox, touchdown. I mean, again, Purdy creating. One of my favorite things that he does. The capacity. I'll tell you this. I love this from Kittle. So he's telling the wide receiver, get the hell on the line of scrimmage. He's then telling Purdy, hold up, don't snap it. This is as good as it gets right here. World class. Let that wash over you. Tight end clinic tape. Tight end you. But it doesn't work because he doesn't do it fast enough. But it should work. Excellent job from George. No to the back. So it looks like the back is running a choice and decides to take it to the slant or the post. Just too long. Purdy's got to go and get out, create. Right here, Juszczyk is waving him to run right here. So we probably don't need that from the fullback. But right here, double mailbox. Look at Purdy. What a hell of a job going to his left, finding it. It's such a bummer that this doesn't count. It really is. All because the wide receiver can't get lined up. And again, if you watch the channel enough, occasionally wide receivers will frustrate me. This is a perfect example. Not knowing your split, not getting lined up, wiping off a touchdown off the board, off a great play from not only Kittle, but more so from Purdy, just doing Purdy things, right? Extending, going to his left, flipping his hips, making a play. Look at all the communication. Like just the veteran vibes of this unit is just next level. So no, got to go. Again, spin out of there, create, not looking to run, looking to pass, get 50 up in the air, get a little 50 with the old school pump. He's thinking about throwing it to Kittle right there. Keep going. Flip it. Double mailbox. Love it. Next one here. Hell of a catch from George Kittle. 3rd and 10 from the 12. Yeah, again, a bit of a bastardized coverage look here. This is a very nice catch, no doubt about it. Going on top, taking it right off the top of his head. I actually think the throw is a little bit better than it looks. The decision might not be my favorite decision. I know it's 3rd and 10 here, so it's a bit of a tough look, but that's a hell of a catch, no doubt. What I'm saying decision-wise here is the ball probably should go to Debo. So again, what coverage are we getting here? This sure looks like it's presenting like 0. For me here, 0, I'm thinking I probably got to get the ball out of my hands. Now, because it's not true 0, meaning there are only 4 guys back here, if this guy was closer to the line of scrimmage and he was hitting it as the +1, we'd really have to throw it. But this little shin route, which is like my least favorite route in this entire scheme and offense across the league, it's like one step and in shallow. To me here, this is where the ball should go. Now, what ends up happening coverage-wise here is they're essentially playing 0, but it's almost like a 0 zone. So Debo essentially gets dropped here. We run like the little looper return by the number 2 here, and then we've got Kittle on the corner. And this corner, it's a hell of a catch, no doubt, but he has to take like a weird angle because of how they're playing this coverage-wise and ends up running around the other corner. So just a lot of funky things. You be the judge here as far as, if you had to play this over again and you couldn't count on the heroics from Kittle, do you just throw it to Debo right there? Probably. And he probably scores too. So again, it's just about unfolding these things. Again, does he take 7 steps from gun here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? How do we get to 6 here? Left foot first? Yeah. That good for you. When it's going like this, it's going like this. It's a hell of a catch, no doubt about it. Again, just watch the top of Kittle's route here. Normally, I really like throwing corners in the end zone, red zone area, because you can use the corner of the end zone as a landmark. But look at Kittle here. Normally, I'd say split those 2 defenders. He goes around him, and that's what kind of makes this throw look like it's behind him. I think if he just takes his normal corner angle from here. So again, what I'm saying is if he were to run what normally to the back pylon here. So imagine the little back pylon back here. That's the angle probably most teams run. He kind of goes under here and then comes back, and the ball has already been thrown back here. So, it's all of those things together. But deep drop, funky coverage, give your guy a chance to make a play, rewarded with a hell of a catch and a touchdown. It's a big-time effort from George Kittle, no doubt about it. It's just interesting when you see other guys open, the type of drop. Again, what I will say I love is the dude is always lined up to his left. I mean, it is elite. Ball out, give our guy a chance, go make a play. Look at this catch. Strong hands. Holy moly. All right, next one here, third quarter. We got a big post down here to the bottom to Debo. Now, I'm not sure what the hell coverage this is. I have no idea what the middle field post safety is doing. Maybe he's not a middle field post safety. Maybe they're inventing new defense in New England. Regardless, it's a big play. I love seeing Purdy throw these posts down the field. I thought if there was one thing that for some reason he has not done consistently in the past, it has been throw these deep shots when they're baked into the progression. And I felt like he really did a great job in this game specifically of taking those opportunities. Maybe not hitting every single one, but this is a great job because this is great vision. Because at the snap here, many quarterbacks would just say, hey, there's a post safety, a middle field is closed. I'm never going to get this post. But you can see here, look at the leverage from the corner down here. He's way outside. So if this safety were to try to cheat the over, not get any depth, do whatever the hell he does here, this is made to order on the post. You just don't think you're going to get it. And really you shouldn't get it very often. But if they're going to play it like this, I love the design, the play call, the aggressiveness. I mean, you can see Debo gaps him right here. This is a hell of a route. Speed through it. I mean, he doesn't even really stick it. He just kind of like speed turns him. See ya. Run right by him. Big catch, everything except hanging onto that thing through the collision of the ground. But that is a great job. That is just beautiful. I love every bit about this. And I think I like it even more just because I do think Purdy has turned down some of these opportunities in the past. And they were locked in on the post. I mean, look at that space. What is the safety doing? I'm not going to try to tell you. Maybe they had a plan to try to double Ayuk or something, but that is out of structure, and we took it to them. Next one here, another big post opportunity. Bottom of the screen. Now, again, this might not be the matchup that we want, but I love the fact that Purdy is throwing this. I love it. It's maybe not my favorite post route either. You can tell they're not quite on the same page as far as the line that he picks also. But you get this coverage playing quarterback and you've got a post called, I feel like you have to throw these posts. You just don't get very many opportunities to throw a post versus nobody in the middle of the field. And I know the output of it doesn't look great. And I think it's fair to say, hey, this is maybe isn't my favorite route in the world. What I'm saying here is, now, first of all, let's acknowledge the fact this guy is an excellent football player. Okay, so even though it's a premium look, meaning nobody back here in the middle of the field, who knows what the hell coverage this is? I'm not even going to try to pretend to tell you. Whatever it is vulnerable in the middle of the field. So we're going to come up here. In a perfect world for me, you'd love to run at his technique, stick him like you're going to run a go by him, and then go big post over the top. This to me is a little bit more like running up to kind of cover yourself. He almost like stutters here, and then he takes it a little fatter. Then the ball is thrown more skinny. So again, they're not on the same page. I feel like the little details of it aren't quite good enough here. More at receiver than anything else. But look at this coverage. I mean, nobody in the middle of the field. We're blocking it up. We're throwing it down the field, 100%. Now the route, see that little like weird stutter here? I mean, I'm not familiar with a whole lot of stutter posts. If they give them the freedom to do that, I don't like it at all. But I love the idea, the intent here to throw it. The throw, again, normally, and these guys will have landmarks for wherever they're supposed to hit. But Purdy throws that thing. You can see what I'm used to saying here is hopefully you have a landmark, whatever it is, whether it's the near hash, whether it's the upright, whatever it is for him to run to. The place you can't throw it is on this side of it. Usually, especially in zero, you can throw that thing anywhere you want this way. So again, where this ball ends up going, right? This ball ends up going on the other side of it. So you're never really going to have a chance. And the corner does a great job. The corner is an excellent football player. He's over the top of that the entire time. Cuts it off. Next one here, 3rd and 9. This is a beautiful catch from Ayuk up top. He's going to be the new number 1. Up top, just on top of the 10, he's going to run a little crosser down here to the bottom. Lay out, make a hell of a catch. Just a beautiful job here of catching it. But running away from that man or match coverage, again, excellent corner as well. For Purdy here, this is one of the few times I'm going to get on his footwork besides us getting pulled here. To me, he's moving backwards a little bit. Now, I know we've got guys right in our lap, so maybe he has to do that. But it's a difficult throw. You can see his back foot as it hits right there. He's going back, and now the throw is kind of dying on us. A little bit off our target. We're probably leaning left as it's going left. Again, there's nothing easy about playing quarterback in the league with the pocket that is like this collapsing on you. It's certainly good enough. I will also say, just as I watch a little bit of Purdy here, the way he's doing these gun drops where he's catching the ball and going left foot, kind of false step. I don't know if they're counting that in their drop, but it makes these drops a little bit deeper and longer. So left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back. Again, it's a hell of a catch. It's an excellent third down conversion. Don't get me wrong. I think they're a little bit fortunate because it's such a great catch. And we've got this kind of L right in our lap. I think it's a left guard. But deep drop, going backwards, strong enough arm, and a hell of a catch. First down. Next one here, 2nd and 18. Again, me being probably a little critical of the route distribution down here to the bottom, but this should be a hit. I like this kind of design. I think the spacing of it, the timing of it is just a little bit off. And again, we're not in their installs. I can't tell you who's necessarily wrong. I can tell you that someone is not correct to the left. So how Ayuk and Jennings here are distributed, to me, they're too tight. I also think Jennings kind of slows up on the route as well. So even though the spacing of it is funky to me at the bottom, it probably still could hit. So again, whatever this is supposed to look like. So here, and then essentially like a little switch release back across. Okay, now I love this kind of play. I probably prefer it, what I'm used to calling like a gather shallow, where you run in and more flat across, and then the old school kind of short post. So you're here and back behind it, just so the spacing of it happens a little bit. It's not so, blue on blue here as far as being tight. But I just feel like if Jauan Jennings were to just run through this thing here, this would be a completion. Right? Like it looks like Ayuk's expecting the ball right out the break. I'm not sure that's true. And then Jennings just needs to keep running because we're throwing it to 15 and he is stopping. So we're throwing it right there. Then he stops. So you can't change your gait on the quarterback like that, especially when the ball's being thrown to you. So just not quite on the same page again. Next one here, another big post opportunity down here to the bottom. Big hitter. Love the short motion to get the leverage we want on the corner, get the outside leverage. This is a beautiful post route where we stick him and go make a big time catch. But again, I love the ability to take these post shots versus whatever the hell defense is supposed to be. So whether you call this quarters, zero, brackets, whatever it is, we've got opportunities to the middle of the field. And that is a dot, right? It's a beautiful catch. And this dude's been catching the rock. But that is a dot of a throw as well. Deep down the field. Again, I love the play calling, the decisiveness, the saying, hey, we're going to take a shot. So the first thing here to do, I want you to really go to school on the shift, on the motion here. So as we motion down here, watch what this does to the shell here. So both these guys, he's going to move in, he's going to be down here, but he's going to be outside of the post. So this is the post. So when he comes up and runs to the post, there's nobody in the middle of the field. And this corner now is outside of us. So we've got the leverage we want. That's awesome play design. And again, I don't know what you call this coverage. I guess it's middle field open, zero question mark, brackets question mark, whatever it is, we'll take the opportunity to rip it to the post all the time. And again, they kept going back to it. I loved how they were able to attack this part of the field versus these coverages. You get a little gust here going right to left, drive it right down the middle of the field. That is beautiful. Big time ball. Next one here, interception. This is a bit of a bummer. I'm going to guess that Brock Purdy just doesn't see Peppers up top, the safety. To me, this is kind of a brackets gone wrong. They get a little fortunate, no doubt. Obviously, captain, you can't make, blind throws like this. But this is one of those things, coverage-wise here, I don't think there's anything that says that this throw to Ayuk is going to be there, is going to be taken away like this. So what I'm saying here is that they're essentially bracketing both sides. So they're running a 3/2 up top. So what happens right here? These three are covering these two. Okay, so what happens is as George goes out, both of these defenders go with him. Then Kittle comes in, and the safety kind of passes it off to the backer. Now this safety is on his own. So he just drifts back. On the opposite side is where we've got Ayuk coming across. So, if there was a way to be able to run a deeper route where we capture the safety, now this throw is there. But again, watch Peppers up top as he's able to kind of sort through what the underneath routes are with Jennings and Ayuk. Now, it doesn't help when Jennings get popped at the line of scrimmage. So, dunk. As soon as Kittle goes in right there, you see Peppers 5 feather off, and now we're not counting on him being there. And he makes a nice play. The dude's got ball skills, no doubt about it. Excellent football player. But it's one of those things, again, where I think sometimes when you play these bracket quarter zero teams, you get these kind of weird looks because coverage structure-wise here, if you're thinking, oh, it's brackets, well, then I'm not thinking the safety is going to make a play from something coming from the other side of the field like this. So just one of those ones you got to learn from, hopefully see the field a little bit better. Last one here, 3rd and 2, trying to ice this game. I'm always amazed that this play works. We're going to run sprint right option or Q right down here to the bottom, sprint to it, throw the flat. I mean, I guess if you've got a wide receiver versus a backer, you should win all the time here. They do a great job kind of formation effing them here, but this is just too easy. 3rd and 2, easy first down, ice this thing. So watch what they do scheme-wise here. Whatever the personnel is, whether this is use check or a tight end, it really doesn't matter. 12 or 21, we're going to motion him out. Well, they've got their corner or safety going out over here. We've got a linebacker and we've got a wide receiver. That's our matchup all day, every day. So just kind of how they do this personnel-wise here on 3rd and 2, New England doesn't have a chance. So they got to motion out. They can't get set who's who in the zoo. That's too easy, right? I mean, I'm always amazed that any sort of like West Coast system can get this to happen to them. Sure enough, though, short yardage, goal line, you're going to run sprint right option, Q right, and they're going to hit it the vast majority of the time. Nice job from Purdy. I mean, the running back doesn't even have anybody to block. That edge is super secure. Put it on him. Don't miss a layup. First down. So that is a wrap. Brock Purdy, week 4. Pretty nice production, no doubt about it. I love the aggressiveness. I love the way that they were taking shots and hitting shots down the field at the post, especially versus those kind of zero bracket quartersy looks. Those are premium opportunities to take shots down the field. You couple that with the ability of Brock to be able to play out of structure, to create. Some of them even called back, but this is a great job of just Purdy being Purdy. At this point, I don't think a whole lot of people are surprised at the efficiency, the way he's able to operate this offense and extend and create. And now you add on the fact that we're pushing the ball down the field. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.